are some believers that are listening to you at this very moment that are battling with one ailment or the other. What is your advice to them? First, in terms of what they eat. Second, in terms of their faith in God. Do you still think God can still heal them?
If someone is facing a health challenge, work with your doctor. Yes, work with your doctor. But I need you to understand that as you are working with the doctors and all of that, you need to understand that drug does not heal.
Drug does not heal.
Yes, it doesn't. I'm not saying this to actually make drug, be weakened and all of that. I took my drug diligently. There was a time I brought out my drugs and, spoiled them.
Made it to spoil them.
A lot was happening at that time. I started having this sensation as if I was going to die. And it kept coming over and over again. So at the time I got angry. I said, God, if you really want to take my life, you shouldn't be this way, because I was going through a lot of fear. My body was, I said, if you want to kill me, you should do it, you're my father and all of that. But after that, my husband went back to the market, bought these things for me, and then he spoke to me, and I was religious about my drugs. Why I had to mention this is that a lot of Christians, they keep away their drugs, they discard it. Don't do that. But if God expressly tells you, discard it, because sometimes that becomes what God actually wants you to do as your own measure, or your own way of actually saying that I have faith, I believe. So God knows us very well. He knows how to handle each of us. So if God has not told you, be religious with your drugs. But beyond drugs, diet is what actually heals. I tell people, sometimes some drugs, what they do is actually to minimize pain, subdue, maybe if it's...
We'll call it palliative cure. It doesn't go to the roots.
Exactly. What actually brings the real cure is diet. Because you find that some of these sicknesses actually are caused by deficiencies in the body.
Of a particular nutrient.
Yes. So you see that even if you are taking drugs and then you are not filling up those deficiencies, they are just only subduing the symptoms for a time, and after some time they still surface again. So your only way out is your food, your diet. And then you need to understand too that, because some people feel, oh, how can I, believe God for healing and taking drugs? And it's so sad. I've heard ministers who say never to drugs and all of that. And what pains me more is that they have congregations who don't know more.
Maybe they have not attained that level of spiritual maturity they've attained.
Yes, to make decisions for themselves. So I combine drugs, diet, and something I always say every morning. When I wake up in the morning, I speak to my mind. I speak to my body. While I am praying, I am telling my body, hear me, you can hear. My cells, hear me, you can hear. My system, hear me, you can hear. You see, diabetes cannot live in this body. The fire in me will not, there is no space. I keep saying it. Did I say it for 1 year? Did I say it for 2 years?
And while you were saying it, the sting, the symptoms, the signs, you are still there.
Did you get?
But it didn't stop you from saying it.
I do know that sometimes you will pray more and it will feel like, I cannot wake up tomorrow and this thing will still be there.
The moment you finish praying, the next day, it seems that the symptoms are being aggravated. And these are... So that next time you stand to pray, the devil will say, the last time you prayed, I thought...
Yes. So, but I insisted.
Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much, woman of God. I know you have lots to say. Thank you so much. I think this is where we are going to bring it to a conclusive end at this very moment. You've heard what the woman of God has actually said. She actually has the results here where she has been declared free from diabetes. Due to some reasons, you might not be able to show it now, but there are some things I would want you to get from this particular interview. Please do not be careless about your health.
We can actually attach the results.
Okay.
Yes, later.
Okay, we can actually attach the results, but don't be careless with your health. Yes, you're a man of God, you're a powerful woman of God. Remember, you need to be healthy for your spirit to perform whatever task God has committed into your care. Once your body gets weakened, the spirit will disappear. And the implication, just like the man of God said, is that you will not be able to fulfill whatever purpose and whatever assignment God has committed into your hair. Also remember to what? Do proper dieting. That's what you say, man of God.
Yes, it is.
But when you've done all those things, still remember that God
It's the
can
healer.
still heal. Drug
Yes.
does not heal. Medical doctors do not heal. God is still the healer. It's really been an exciting time with you. Please, if you've got an interesting story you want the world to hear, an inspiring story, faith-based story you would like the people to hear, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, and we'll ensure that your story gets the visibility that it needed. Thank you so much for joining us. Always remember to like, to share, and to comment. God bless you.